friends, Katy Huller here with Kids Can Read and Write. Today I want to talk about how you can help your kids learn how to spell words that start with the DR blend, the dr blend. Because how do kids usually spell words with that DR blend? When they hear words like drum, so often you'll see them spelling it like Now, why do they do this? Why does drum become drum and drip become drip? Why does that happen? Well, that has a big part to do in how your kids are hearing those words. They write J-R-U-M for drum because when they say it, they hear drum, drum. Now, if you notice when you say the dra blend, dra, and you say it quickly, that very quickly turns it from dra to dra. So the sound DR and the sound JR sound the same. Drum is the correct way to spell drum. But when your kids are writing quickly and they say, I was playing on my drum, do you hear how it sounds? Say it quickly and see what you hear. Drum, drum. Do you hear how drum? We don't really say drum. We don't really emphasize the duh. When we start saying DR blends quickly, they turn into dra. And that is why so many kids mistakenly spell DR as JR. We want to break them of this habit because there is no JR blend, okay? There's the abbreviation JR, which means junior, but there's not a JR blend that comes at the beginning of a word. So anytime your kids write JR, you want to let them know, no, there's no JR beginning blend. Instead, whenever you write JR, what you're really meaning is DR. So you want to go ahead and let them know if they ever catch themselves writing JR for that it or then they need to fix it and change it to DR. When they think it's JR, it's really DR. So how can you help them? Okay, one is to let them know there is no JR blend, okay? Another way is to help them hear what they're actually saying. Let them know. Say when you're writing drum, it's not drum, it's drum. And when you're writing drip, it's not drip, it's drip. So you want to slow it down so they can hear what's actually there. And then you want to call out some words for your kids to practice with. So you might say, okay, how do you think you spell the word drop? Like I might drop my marker. Drop. And you can emphasize it, drop, so they can really hear it. But make sure when they write it, if they put that JR again, go remember, there is no JR. There's no JR. When you put JR, what you really mean is what? DR. And have them change it to a D. Dra. Make sure they're hearing the sounds. Drop. And make sure when they write their P's that the stick is going down low. Tell them the circle part of the P goes on the line, the stick hangs down low. And if they're getting reversed, make sure they know with the P, you want to put the pan handle first, and then the pan, so you don't get burned by the pan. Let them know, put the pan handle first, and then the pan. If it's a Q, you want to put the queen's face first and then her long hair hanging down. So if you have a child who's not just struggling with jara versus dara, but also P's and Q's, B's and D's, help them come up with ways to remember those things. And don't be surprised just because you tell them one time that there is no jara, that they forget it as soon as they start writing quickly. It's very common. Be patient, be kind, and keep reminding them there's no such thing as jara. It's always the da-ra when you hear it, dr. There is no jr, but there is the dr. So practice with a few other words with them, help them get used to it, then call out sentences using words that have the dr blend, because once they start thinking about all these other words, trying to remember the sentence, don't be surprised if they forget to put dr again. But the more you practice, the better they should get at it. Just keep reminding them lovingly, quiz them periodically when you're in line for the store, driving somewhere. How would you spell drop? How would you spell dress? How would you spell drag? And ask them these and make sure they hear da-ra instead of the ja-ra. And if they hear jara, remind them there is no jr. It's really dr. All right, guys, hope that helps you help your kids learn how to spell words with that dr blend. Remember, if you need more help teaching your kids how to read and write, check out our Black Belt reading program. You can find it at kidscanreadandwrite.com or at kidscanonlineacademy.com. And it has everything you need to teach your kids how to read and write, from letters and sounds up to really big words. So if you're teaching your kids to read and write, maybe they're struggling, they're in first grade, second grade, and they just don't get it yet, you need a systematic, explicit way to teach them, look up our program. I've put all sorts of videos in there teaching them just like this, except I'm talking to them instead of you. And I have learning packets for you to do with your child, so to walk you step by step through the process. And as you go through each packet, you will see your child learn to read and write real words. Not through memorization, but through understanding the code. And it will help them not just read, but also spell. So I hope this helps you guys. Please let me know if you have any questions, and have a wonderful day. Don't forget to like, share, and all the rest. And I hope to see you again next time.